Um, Hello again, and welcome to the DubLi D2G2 compensation plan video. D2G2 has become somewhat of a star in the MLM business because it's such a big thing, and I think it became so because it changed a lot, and a lot of people didn't know what it's all about. And especially DubLi changed the D2G2 structure a little bit in the 2015 when it only came out in the November 1st of 2014. So within a 2 month period, they went through a lot of changes, especially with the back end programming and all that. When they outsourced it, and then it just it went kaput, and then they just made it in-house thing, and it didn't really work, and they're rolling it out, and they did the recalculation again. It was a whole mess, but they figured it out, and this is what they said. So let me do the D2G2 compensation plan here, for DubLi. Many people ask me what D2G2 stands for, and don't quote me on this one, but they said it's a play on R2D2 from Star Wars. So I guess it doesn't mean really anything. But anyway, D2 stands for dual team, I think, and G2 stands for generational. And yes, they do have a generational bonus within the D2G2 program. And if you're someone from before November 1st, 2014, who looked into DubLi compensation plans, they had a fast start bonus that had if you bring in 3 team members within 30-day period, you get $300 of bonus, fast start bonus. And if you bring in 3 TLAs or PPAs now within 30-day period, you get $1,500 fast start bonus. And DubLi felt that it was a little slow for many people, so they replaced that fast start bonus program with D2G2 structure. But this is where it gets interesting. They have a fast start bonus within the D2G2 structure. So they're called the same, but they're a little different. So I'm going to explain what that is. So this is a different compensation structure in lieu of the unilevel compensation structure they already have. So you get both. You don't get D2G2 only, or you don't get unilevel. You get unilevel and D2G2. And they have generational bonuses within each bonus program. So it's all good for us, right? This D3G2 program is only subject to subscription fees. What that means is unilevel, when you are also a VIP member in the DubLi.com side, and if you bring in your personally enrolled VIPs or premiums or free members, when they get a cash back, there's something called the commissional revenue, which is a little bit a similar amount to the free members cashback amount or cashback percentage. They get 25% of that, and that coincides, or that is included in the generational bonuses and all that. But here it's only the subscription fees. What it means is that when you pay $495 to become a team member, or $2,495 as a PPA, that is the only thing that's considered in D2G2 program. You don't put in the $99 business license fee or the DubLi.com VIP cashback bonuses. None of that in here. Okay. And it has 2 legs. So inevitably it will have spillovers, because when you bring in 3 people, you'll run out of 2 legs. So you would have to start with another leg, so you will get a lot of help from your upline if you have a really nicely set community leg or common leg, which I'm going to explain later also. So that's good news for a lot of network marketing people. And it goes on infinite levels. Remember, when you have unilevel, you can only go up to senior vice president, but here it doesn't stop. The level goes down all the way until you run out of your organizational structure. And this is a weekly payout opposed to monthly payout in the unilevel. So when you, at the end of the week, when you ask for payout, you get, I think, the week after. And it's only limited to $2,050 or $25,000. So when you bring in more than 25 grand in the D2G2 program first off, kudos, really great job, but you would only get the 25 grand, and the leftovers from that 25 or more than 25 grand that you made in that week will be given to you, or you'll be able to ask for the payout in the next week. It doesn't get flushed out. So if you remember, if you are familiar with other MLM structures or MLM programs or network marketing programs, they sometimes flush it out. So when they have a limit within the week or within that month, if you overachieve, they only give you that amount that goes over their limit, and you would never get that amount. That's what's called the flushing out. In here, you'll get it in the next week or the following week or whatever. So it never goes away. It just, you have to wait until you get that amount. And also, it has 4 types of payouts. One is a cycle, one is matching, one is fast start bonus. Like I said, there's a fast start bonus here. Generation, like I said, there's another generation bonus that goes on in the D2G2 program. And it's very easy to get qualified. Unlike the unit level, you have to have 3 people, and you have to 3 people, or you have to have 5 people, whatever. This is very easy to get started, and you don't have to be high ranking to get all the benefits. And there's a VIP world pool that's tied into this. I don't think that's really significant in the grand scheme of things, but I'm going to explain at the very end what that is. Let's get started with D2G2. So, in order to get qualified, you need to be at least a team member and be active. What it means is that you need to either pay a monthly qualification voucher and buy the monthly qualification voucher, or you need to at least have one VIP member within that month. So when you go to the back office of DubLi Network, you have that countdown on the top right hand corner, and that needs to stay above 0. That's basically what that means. So you need to be at least a team member and be active. I say at least team member because some people start with the PPA and others start out as a BA by just paying $99. When you do that, you wouldn't, even if you bring in team members, you wouldn't be qualified. So you need to be at least team member or PPA to get qualified. And then when you are a team member and you're qualified, or you're a PPA and active, you need to have at least 2 front lines, one on the left and one on the right, and you're qualified. And they also need to be active. So be a team member and bring in 2 team members, one on the left, one on the right, and all 3 people has to be active, and then you're qualified. And this is the payout board, payout structure as it started out on November 1st, 2014, but they've changed it since then. So as of January, I think this is 6th or 7th, 2015, this is what the correct board looks like. So they changed the dual team bonuses and the matching bonuses, and they just made it into a 10%. So you wouldn't have 15 or 20% field, you just have 10%. So which is easy, more simple to explain. But nevertheless, some people are missing out on the 20% zone, but it's okay. D2G2 is on, like I said, it's on top of the unit level bonus plan, so you're getting extra anyway. So if you bring in more people, you will get more money. That still stays the same. Some of the terminologies that I'm going to use: binary because of the structure, cycle because of the bonus, active and qualified. I already said money leg and common leg, and fast start bonus because this used to be with the unit level, and now it's with D2G2. So here you go. This is a very, I guess, common binary structure. So it has 2 legs going down one side and the other. And I said A side or B side, left side, or I'm going to refer to it as A side or B side or left side, right side, because common leg and money leg is kind of harder to explain for now. So I'm going to go into a cycle bonus and fast start bonus first. So here we go. Let's say this is you, and you're active. You're either a team member or PPA, and you bring in team member on the left and team member on the right, and they're both active. Now you're qualified for everything in D2G2. So when you bring in first person on your left, and he joined in as a team member, and he paid $495 to be a team member. All that amount, $1 equals 1 point, so you get 495 points on the left. Same thing goes here, 495 points on the right side. For the fast start bonus, you get 10% of the $495, so you get $49.50. Same thing here, $49.50. So in total, you get $99 for fast start bonus only. Now, what cycle bonus means is that when you have 495 here, 495 here, just remember as in multiples of 400. So if you have more than 400 points here and 400 points here, you get a cycle, which is 400 points, and 10% of 400 points is $40. $40, and you get 95 points left over on the left and on the right. So a cycle bonus is just think of it as a 400 point cycle. So every time you get more than 400 points on the left and more than 400 points on the right, those 400 points gonna mash together to form a cycle. And every time you form a cycle, you get 10% of that amount. So every time you form a cycle, you get $40. So in total, you have 99 points from the fast start bonus and $40 from the cycle, so you get $139. So let's say you bring in another one on the left and another one on the right. Same thing here. They all became a team member, and those $495 become 495 points on the left side and on the right side. So you have more than 400 points. Now you're gonna form 400 points here and 400 points here, and they're gonna mash together to form a cycle. And you get 10% of the cycle, so $40 here. And just because they came in, you get a fast start bonus of 10%, which is $49.50 here, $49.50 here, so $99 altogether, $139 for one cycle. So $139 for first cycle, $139 for second cycle. Third cycle is exactly the same. Okay, one cycle here, fast start bonus here, so $139. So every time you form a cycle by yourself, it's $139. Okay. Now let's see if someone comes in as a PPA and he parked right in here. So you get $240, $24.95 instead of $4.95. Then what happens? You only have 400 points on this side. So all the 2,000 points on this side will not match up. They have nothing to match up to. So you wouldn't get a cycle. But if you have $24.95 here, $24.95 here, you have 6 times 4 is 2,400 or 24. So you get 6 cycles. So instead of $40 here, you get $240 here. So you get my point? So just think of it as a cycle is multiples of 400 points. So every time you get more than 400 points on the left, 400 points on the right, you get one cycle. Simple. And let's see what matching is. So let's say you have these two, L3 and R3. They come in here and they went out and they got 2 front lines of their own. So they got one on the left, one on the, and now they're qualified for D2G2. Okay? They got their own front lines on the left and on the right. Same on the R3. One on the left, on the one, he's qualified too. So they get their own fast start bonus and they get their own cycle bonus, which is $40. Matching only matches to the cycle bonuses that your front line has, not the downline, front line has. So the front line gets $40 of cycle bonus. Now you get 10% of that cycle, so you get $4. So every time your front line, not your downline, front line gets a cycle bonus, you get 10% of that. So every time your downline makes a cycle bonus, you get $4. Now, gift points. I'm gonna explain the common leg and money leg thing here, along with the gift points. So let's say you come in as a team member, but you have a sponsor. You have your upline too. So when your sponsor is right here and you're right here, when they go out and mix a front line of their own and they put it on the right side, and they go out and get another one, another front line, and he could put it here, but he decided to put it down here. And when he went out and got another one, he decided to put it down here. So what happens is that every time a sponsor gets another front line, he has a choice of left or right. But when he goes left, they go down under you. So this, because you're getting helped by your community, this is what's called a common line. So when there's upline right there and he goes out and gets another one, he could put it on the right side, but let's say he ran out of room on the right side, so he decides to put it down here. Same thing. You get help from your upline and you also get your help from downline because let's say you go out and brings in a lot of people, but you decided to put one on the left, okay? Then this guy gets help from you because when you have a downline, let's say you're qualified and you have one on the left, one on the right, now you're qualified, and the cycle doesn't happen this way, cycle happens this way. So you can get a cycle off of someone from your upline or downline. So this is common leg, and this is called the money leg because once you put it here, once you put someone right here, you bring in a cycle. Okay, so that's why it's called the money leg. Now gift points, what it is that when you first join as a team member or PPA, you get bonus points on your common leg. Okay, for the first 30 days, when you're a team member, you get 4,000 points on this side. So when you get qualified, you get 4,000 points automatically for the first 30 days from the date you joined. So when you are qualified and you get 4,000 points here, all you have to do is bring in um, 10 people on your money leg. Okay, so even if you don't have anybody here, you just have L1 here, and you don't have anybody, you can bring in 10 people down on your money leg, and you could get a cycle every time. And if you are a PPA, you get 20,000 points on your common leg. So even if you only qualify, so you only have L1 here, you can bring in 50 people, and you get a cycle every single time. But that's only for the first 30 days. So on the 31st day of your joining DubLi, those points will go away. Unlike these points left over, these points stay because you brought in those points. These points will stay, but these gift points, they will just go away. They also, like I said, they have a generational bonus as well. So, and this one, unlike unit level, it starts with team leader. So if you're a team leader and you have qualified for D2G2, you could get a generational bonus. So it's generation is calculated similar, exactly the same as unit level. So when you go down your structure right here, when you go down your structure, if you're a team leader and if you meet another team leader, this is your generation. So you get a generational bonus from this one bit. Or if you have a team leader here, you will get generational bonus from these 2 bits. And generation bonus only pertains to your front lines and down lines. So these 2 people will not count towards your generational bonus. Okay, please remember that. Even if you make a lot of cycles, when you're calculating generational bonus, the help you had from your upline or downline it counts, but upline will not count towards your generational bonus. Okay, and it's pretty simple here. Team leader, you get 1 generation. Team coordinator, you get 2. If you're a sales director, you get 3. Percentages differ a little bit, but it's pretty simple. A lot simpler than the unit level. And lastly, we have a Whirlpool. When you have a VIP customer and you bring in VIP customers, DubLi is going to reserve 3% of VIP subscription fees for for 1 quarter, so 3 months. That will be 90 days. And if you bring in 3 national VIPs or 6 international VIPs, it's called a segment, and you qualify. If you bring in one segment, you're qualified to join in on the Whirlpool VIP customer subscription fees. And what they do is that they add up all the subscription fees or 3% of subscription fees for the whole 3 months, and they divide by all the segments people made. So let's say you brought in 2 national VIPs. The 3% of those 2 VIP subscription fees will count towards the Whirlpool, but you won't get a segment, so you're not qualified to get the amounts or get the bonus. So what they do is that they take all the 3% and they divide it by total number of segments. And as it doesn't matter how many segments you made, the number of segments or amount equal to a segment, you'll get every 3 months. Like I said, I don't think it's that significant in the grand scheme of things. So, I mean, if you're more interested in getting customers, this probably is a really good plan for you. But if you're more interested in getting business associates, I think D2G2 is a lot better. So that's it for D2G2. If you have any questions on the subject, you could just ask me in the comment, or you could just send me an email. I'll be happy to answer all the questions that you might have. Thanks again, and have a good day.